Everyone, I'm Brandon Peterson, and I'm the CEO and founder of Geokey. Well, my name is Brandon Peterson. I am a third-generation entrepreneur. I come from a grandpa who started an online auction company. Well, it was on site at the time. My dad brought it online, and I jumped into it. I always said I would never do family business, but I was glad I did. And that's where I learned how to do finance, sales, marketing, operations, and start other businesses. I'm originally from a small town, Oakland, Nebraska. It's about 25 minutes north of Fremont, Nebraska. Graduated with 32 kids in my class. From a young age, I always thought worldly and how can we make a big difference? And in that process, I met my wife. She was from Pender, Nebraska, still small northeast Nebraska town. Moved her from Arizona, so the bar was high, moving her back. And then we had 2 kids, and I have a 4-year-old and a 2-year-old today. I think the legacy of my family and the entrepreneurship journey they've had is what inspired me to do it. From vacations to just sitting at home over dinner, we'd always talk about businesses. And it's not about making money. It's about making a difference. It's about solving a problem. And it's fun for us. It's inspiring. And it's an opportunity to give people a platform to live out their best dreams. At one point in time, my mother and myself used to own gyms. They were Anytime Fitness clubs, and we had key fobs because they were 24/7. Well, I saw someone use a key fob, but it wasn't the paying member. I said, oh my gosh, I'm losing security. I'm losing money. Every time I want to sign somebody up, I have to physically meet up with them. I have no data analytics. So there's got to be a better way of doing this. And what's the one thing that we have on us at all times? Well, it's our cell phone. Why can't that be the key? So I looked in the market, and there were some companies doing it, but they were manufacturing their own hardware component and then putting a cool app on top. Thought to myself, well, I'm not an engineer, and inventory could bring down a startup pretty quick. What if we just became the overlying software for all of these hardware components? So we did. Bootstrapped it, got a patent on using your location services to open the doors, and made these giant integrations with these global hardware manufacturers to create this amazing futuristic access control experience. We're selling to people before we had a product just to see if the market would buy. I did have one gentleman that was in Omaha say they would do it, and that was starting the ball to start building Geokey. So we did, and then I convinced one guy who is known locally. His name's Tony Goins. He was the previous CFO of Cabela's, the director of economic development for Nebraska, but he also owns a cigar lounge in Omaha. So him and his partner Austin Hillis were building this. And there was a private lounge. I said, you should use mobile access for all your members. What a great experience. And I know Tony, he's great. He loves good experience. He wants to wow the people. I said, okay, you got to open up a cigar box with your phone until I commit. And so I said, oh my gosh. Okay, so we went back. There was a couple, me and 2 other guys at the time. And we said, we got to open up a cigar box. So we took this Raspberry Pi little mini computer, put our software on it. And I remember going to him that day, and I opened it up with my phone. He goes, when do we start? And that was our first client. So when starting a business, you always think things are just going to go smoothly. I have this amazing idea. The market is going to love it, and they're going to buy. But that's not the case. So we started an in-house sales team just calling. Would you like to use this? I don't know. We started in gyms, went to utility companies, and we went across the United States making that happen, but we weren't making money. And if you start a business, you need to make sure it's funded until we got into our first apartment complex. And we realized that's it. So we pivoted everything. And that's hard to do. You have your mindset on something, and we changed it. And we had our teams bought in, our sales, marketing, dev, support. We pivoted everything. And so glad we did, because now we're in over 30 states, 5 countries. So we've talked to 12 of the 20 largest developers in the nation, and they're using us today. And sometimes you just got to listen. And even though it may not make a ton of sense right at the beginning, you got to galvanize your team and make it happen. And so now we're one of the top mobile access control companies in the United States that do mobile access control for apartment complexes. Yeah, in Nebraska, we work with a lot of the biggest developers from Hausman to Manzito, Whitsonia, Lund Company. We're so thankful that they support local and they support us. And that even streamlines us even more to give them an excellent experience to the Geokey platform and really enhancing their properties and operational efficiencies. We started in a little tiny cement block radiology clinic. And that's just the humble beginnings. Selling, supporting, working on these integrations. We started in this tiny little cement radiology clinic box. As you're growing in a startup, you have to do what you have to do. Some of you are starting in basements, some of you are starting in cinder block walls. But as you get into a point to grow, your environment and your ecosystem is so imperative to the success of your company. For us, we needed something that needed logistics and distribution. We needed a community that was going to support us and help us get our name out there. We needed our team to have a culture and have this great environment. And that was Elevator. Checked every single box for us. And to this day, we're so thrilled to be at Elevator. We have taken up 3 floors. We have sales, support, marketing, operations on the 3rd floor. We got this great window view of the skyline of Omaha. Our exec team and conference room is on the 2nd floor. And on the 1st floor, we have 2 distribution bays. So I believe it's over 5,000 square feet of space at Elevator today. Yeah, so every hardware component that we set out, if it's a handle, a lock, whatever it may be, we have to touch it, onboard it under the software so we can give a great experience to our clients. Well, before we were on a 2nd floor and we were doing these going down. There was no area for a truck to come in and do distribution. Our team was spread out. There wasn't all this communication. Now we have an amazing flow and we can onboard, we can get them out. Logistics can talk to sales can talk to marketing, to dev, to support, and it all happens in one ecosystem, streamlining operations as we're really hockey stick growthing right now. The environment is only as good as the people you surround yourself with. And I would say the people that work at Elevator today are constantly supporting us. Emiliano and Shannon, the owners, how's fundraising going? How's your team doing? The staff, if it's Nezzy or Josh or Levi, they're asking us, are you guys comfortable? Do you need anything? And it is just so amazing for our team to have that support from a culture perspective as we're in this hustle and grind. And I know they are too. And that ecosystem of support and community is everything for us. Geokey works with clients all across the United States, from Sacramento to Washington, D.C. When I tell them that we're from Omaha, Nebraska, what's in Omaha? They see us almost as a flyover state. Geokey's on a mission to change that. We want other companies to change that. There's so much beauty and support in the Omaha market, and we've experienced it firsthand. I hope other startups and other companies are experiencing the same thing, but it takes support to rally behind that mission together. Geokey is a company of disruption. We took access control, not very sexy, hasn't changed a lot over the years, and we made it easy, we made it seamless, but not compromising security. You're utilizing it in not just your apartment complex, but your gym, your workspace, wherever you are, it's a part of you in a social aspect. It's not just your key, it's what connects you to the opportunities ahead of you. Geokey is easy to set up with. You give us a call, you can contact us at our website, geokeyaccess.com. You can find our number online. It's a very simple process. We want to get your blueprints of your property. We're going to customize it to you. We have spec writers on staff that work with Division 8, Division 28. If you have an existing property, we'll tell you which hardware components are going to work best. And then we have our client services team that's going to onboard you, your tenants, your residents, all the way to your property managers and to everything. We do work with commercial, so if you have a commercial space, we have installation teams that will come out and do that installation for you. We're full service. It's not just a product that unlocks doors. It's a whole team behind you to make sure you're successful and secure. Find us online or in social media, geokeyaccess.com, any social media platform, Geokey Inc. You're going to have conversations with us, and we want to have them with you. If you've got a dream and you want to be supported, Elevator is that community. Come on in, talk with the people here. Even if it's not right time for you, these people care enough to point you in the right direction that will help you be successful. So take a chance, come into Elevator.